Hello guys, welcome to Ride VIP, the Righteous channel. My name is Serge, and in today's video, it is Saturday and I'm driving in my Range Rover Sport. So in this video I wanted to tell you my plans for making income this weekend, which is Saturday. So I'm starting out right now. I'm gonna finish Sunday and then I'm gonna work Sunday and finish Monday morning, because technically I do like a 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. type of shift. If anybody was wondering, sometimes I try to do a little bit earlier, but sometimes I get held up, just life and things I gotta take care of, and then I end up leaving a little bit later. So at this point I was able to leave on time, which is good. So I'm trying something that I haven't tried in a while, and that is actually using destination mode from my house to try to get me close to my destination. I will tell you the results in the next video when I actually will show you the income that I've made for Saturday. I'm also working on a quest, which is a $330 quest. But speaking of destination mode, I normally don't end up using it because it doesn't even work. The area that I'm in, it's a nice area. It's not a heavy populated area, and most of the things that need to be done, they're done in town anyways. Sure, there's lots of people here that's in need of a car to try to basically go somewhere, and I know that, but they don't even end up using Lyft or Uber because none of us is available over here in this area because it just doesn't stay busy here, Well, that being said, I set the destination mode to Carowinds today instead of Charlotte downtown, in hopes that I will pick up a route along the way, because you already know with this Range Rover here, they're not that fuel efficient. Let me see what it's showing that I'm doing. So I'm doing 14.5 miles per gallon. So this is the overall fuel economy for me working yesterday. Some highway, mainly city. So that is that. Now, I did fuel up yesterday. If you watched that video that I posted today, I did fuel up for $65 before coming home. So I do know the cost of doing business when it comes to doing it in the Range Rover. However, I did fail to mention the exact amount of money that I made. Now, I've only showed you money that I made with Lyft through the Lyft app, but what you did not see, and I kind of forgot to mention, is the cash tips that I got. So I was lucky and I got $25 in cash tips. So I guess all in all, I made like roughly, let's just say 270 bucks, 270, 275 bucks, which is not bad. So considering the cost of fuel at $65 and some change, that basically brings my income up to $200 for 11-hour period, which is fine. It's not crazy because, as you remember, I did rent a Tesla back in the day, because at one point my BMW was costing me $90 a day to fuel it up, and I figured, okay, so I'm paying $90 a day to fuel it up. What if I just rent a car? Why not just rent a Tesla? Put the miles on that car. The cost of doing business is practically the same, so I have nothing to lose here, and I kind of rented a Tesla. With that being said, the Tesla was costing me $100 a day, and the rest is history. You guys already know what that was about. So looking at the Range Rover, even if it cost me $70 a day, which it doesn't, it's not bad. Like, I'm not gonna complain. Okay, so moving on. So yesterday when I left, I was in a bit of a hurry. I had some mechanical complications with the Range Rover, very serious ones. It was overheating. So I literally probably wasted like 2 hours on the whole problem. From the time I went to the store to not being able to really come back from the store without the Range Rover overheating. and then I had to kind of fix it, and I came up with a very quick solution to fix it, which I will be posting this content to my Range Rover channel. In case you want to find out what it is, let me know in the comments below. I will give you the link to the Range Rover channel. So I'm currently posting some videos there so that people could have less headaches when owning a Range Rover, because you already know I'm a risk taker. I'll just buy something that doesn't make sense and I'll attempt to use it and attempt to make money at it, as crazy as that seems. But anyways, with that being said, I left a little bit late, I think like by 7 p.m. and my time got got a little short. I got a cooler back here, guys. I got energy drinks. Yeah, Range Rover, the cool thing is there's a cooler. And I really am thirsty right now because I'm talking. So man, it's so nice to get a cold drink, out of the cooler. It's like, okay, that's almost worth having a really bad fuel economy. Oh boy. Oh, that felt good. I got up and I haven't even had nothing to drink, and it's like 6:03 right now. But anyways, currently I am available for Lyft, by the way, and I'm headed to the destination. And guess what? Zilch zero, nada. So kind of sucks, and it's a 37-mile drive, and that's not including the miles that I ever drove just now. So, okay. I'll get back to the caravans. I'll explain to you why I'm headed that way, because I am working. But anyways, what I did not do yesterday when I left is install a dash cam in my Range Rover. What a mistake that can be. You definitely do not want to leave without no dash cam. But I took a risk. I left it. I left without it because I actually needed to make some money, and my wife was not convinced that I was going to be able to make it with the Range Rover overheating just basically like 20 minutes ago, right? But anyways, let me swap the camera around. Hopefully I could do this while recording. So anyways, here's the Range Rover here. There's my iPad screen. And there's my dash cam. So as you can see, I got one mounted over there, and that other portion is mounted over there that's looking out to the front. And I tucked the wires basically under my headrest. But anyways, this is kind of what it looks like back here. I think this iPod makes it look like more like a modern Range Rover. Moving on. Really glad that I installed this dash cam. That's kind of important because, as you already know, that literally is what saved me in a recent crash when somebody crashed into me, because there was 4 people in the car, and there's 4 voices against one, and unfortunately that probably counts. I don't know, I've never been there in that situation, but immediately they tried to shift blame on me. So they really was sure that they were not at fault. And I knew I had a dash cam. I didn't have nothing to worry about. But, as I said, they tried to get into my vehicle, which the dash cam recorded. I literally grabbed my door and just closed it and quickly locked it because they just keep getting in. But anyways, as you could tell, not only that an accident could occur, right? And you could record the accident, but after the accident, somebody might want to beat you up, to say the least, right? Or whatever. Maybe they're causing an accident to cause bodily harm to you, or worse. Maybe they're doing it for a reason. You never know what the reason may be, because sometimes people have road rage. I do not. When you have a driving job, you kind of need to leave your road rage at home, if you have one, because you will have plenty of people, especially in the South, driving very slow, cutting you off, and all in all, just not good drivers. But basically, I'm not trying to say we have plenty of bad drivers, but if you guys are driving a lot, you will know what I'm talking about. This constantly happens, and you sort of have to just brush it off and just pay no attention. one of the good things about Range Rover driving it is that it's got incredible safety rating. It's like literally like 5 stars. Now BMW had a really good one too, but this is raised. It is so much more safer than a BMW. Plus it's much more heavier. Now, there's something else I want to mention that I recently heard on one of the YouTube shorts from a text guy, and I just kind of need to look into it. And I mean, it had nothing to do with my Range Rover, but they were like talking about different cars and stuff like that, and they brought up a G-Wagon, and they were like, yeah, G-Wagon, they said that if you buy one for your business, because of its weight, you could write off the whole thing. They were just showing like popular vehicles for this and that, and I'm like, wait a minute. Range Rover is just as heavy. Can I write off the whole thing in my taxes? Now, I did not pay a lot of money for it, right? But I do have all the receipts of everything I had to buy to it. So I think all in all right now, I'm slightly above $5,000 for this Range Rover. But guys, I priced these things out. I'm telling you, a 2013 model, same body style, is worth nearly 30. A 2006 model, same body style as mine, which is a 2006, is worth above 70,000. And you already know that's dealer prices. You're not gonna pay that out the door. You're literally gonna pay more because they will find other things to charge you. You're like, that's just how dealers are. So buying it at $2,500, that was definitely a very good deal for me. And if you watched the recent video, I kind of gave you a walk around, which is a clip from my other video where I was showing about the overheating issue. But nonetheless, you've seen what it kind of looks like. I cleaned it up really well. I debadged it and I rebadged it with new badges, so it looks a little bit more modern. Now, despite the pictures, the paint looks kind of nice. It was repainted recently. I don't think they did a good job of repainting it, but guess what? I'm okay with it because at this point, I'm not really worried about taking it through a car wash. But in the future, I plan to either repaint it or I might wrap it. I don't know if I'll keep the white look. I think a white Range Rover does look nice. But I was kind of thinking about trying out maybe like a satin black. I think that would be an interesting color for it. With the black wheels, I think it's just gonna look really legit. But I do like a white Range Rover, to be honest. I really like the white color right now. I would have preferred a black roof. However, in the summertime, a white roof is a lot better. I was thinking about repainting it to black just because the accents would look nicer. But I figured, you know what? It's okay. Okay, so why am I headed to Carowinds? Well, recently I bought season gold passes for my whole family, including the food plans, so that we could all go to Carowinds as much as possible. And Carowinds is kind of like Disneyland, so it's very cool that is like literally like 37 miles away from me, you know. And I could just go there with my family, and they could just have a blast. So they already opened up. Carowinds is open, so they're not open every day now, but they're open like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and sometimes on a Thursday, and sometimes on the holidays that, like, you know, that they celebrate. So what my plan is today, and unfortunately I didn't think of this yesterday, but I was more like on a diet. Like, I was trying to lose some weight. I didn't eat anything. As a matter of fact, I haven't eaten nothing yet. So I woke up, I haven't eaten nothing. Yeah. Not even a coffee. So that's why I was like really thirsty for this energy drink. But I had to mess with some documents, blah blah blah, and then install this dash cam before I went. So kind of was time consuming. But anyways, my goal is to go to Carowinds, eat, because I have a food plan. I could eat every 4 hours for free. So I have total of 3 food plans because that's enough for a family. There's plenty of food, and that food is somehow filling. I don't know what they do to that food, but it tastes great and it fills you up, surprisingly. But anyways, I'm gonna get me some chicken wings. I'm gonna get me some barbecue ribs, and I'll see what else, because they have a lot of different choices, including pizzas and burgers and things like that. But I try to eat healthy now, and I'm probably just gonna stick to chicken wings and barbecue ribs. Maybe just have like 1 rib and the rest like 10-piece chicken wings or something, and then some other stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eat there, and I'm gonna then take the rest of the food out of the park. I'm just gonna carry it out. I have like little like food containers in the back, so I'm gonna put food inside and keep it for later on when I get hungry. And I plan to do this pretty much while Carowinds is open, so that will cause my food expense to go way down. I really cut back on the expense on the energy drinks without really cutting back on the consumption, because I buy drinks at Aldi now. This is a Aldi branded drink. It looks like a Monster, zero sugar. It is zero sugar. It tastes just like Monster. So I just go to Aldi and I pick up like 12 cans. Let me see. Yeah, about 12 cans. 12 cans, I think it costs about $15. That's a lot better than paying $5.50 for 2. So that is that. So anyways, I was already spending on food like $20 a day, sometimes more. And I would, and every time, you start eating at this fast food restaurants, because, you stop in there, right? You pick up some food. I don't know what's up with that. Like, it doesn't fill you up. And that's why it surprises me that Carowinds food does. But you eat it fast food, and then you're hungry again. And then you're starting to think, like, wait a minute, is this food just, like, not healthy for me? To the point where it's really not providing me any nutritional value, to where it leads me to still be hungry? Or is this tricking my brain somehow? Is there like an additive there that is tricking my brain to think I'm still hungry while I still feel full? Because you're gonna be bloated a little bit, and you're gonna think like, wait a minute, I'm still hungry, Like, I literally stayed 2 days at home, just ate home food for the most part. And so like now I don't really eat like regularly anymore. Like, I'm not like trying to like eat all the time and munch all the time. So I'm trying very hard to cut back on my sugar. That's why I'm drinking sugar free. Probably still not good for you, but it's a lot better than with sugar. Also, I feel that I have more energy, actually. Maybe you realize that the video I recorded in the morning, I think I woke up at noon. I had all those troubles with the Range Rover. I left and I actually worked, finished 11-hour shift, which is technically 13 hours, by the way, because that was commuting each way 1 hour. So that was like a 13-hour shift. And with that being said, I still felt great. Then I went home and I just went to sleep, and my wife was like, did you eat the food? And remember I told you I'm gonna try to give it to the cats. Well, I gave the food that she gave me to the cats because I didn't even eat it. And the cats was happy. But then she was like, in the morning, she's like, did you eat the food? I'm like, yeah, I ate the food. She's like, see, I prepared food for you. I'm like, she's like acting like she wanted me to give her some money. And I'm like, what food? I didn't eat your food. I gave it to the cats. I'm on a diet. She's like proud of me that I'm trying to lose some weight. But I tried to treat my wife when all possible. But all jokes aside, I was like, yeah, so sorry, honey. I wasn't hungry. I just worked. So I don't know how today's gonna go, because I'm starting out technically not eating. But I do look forward to some chicken wings at Carowinds. And I'm looking at my like thing here, like I don't have a single ride offer, and I'm thinking I'm wasting minutes. And this is what I don't like. When I'm doing a quest, trips like this literally waste my time because I'm a platinum status with Lyft, which gives me 6 destination modes. Oh yes, I wanted to mention one more thing when it comes to driving for Lyft, and how did I go from paying $90 fueling up my BMW to then of course shrinking that amount down to like about 55 to 60 to now paying basically 65, and I'm gonna say maybe $70 a day in fuel to fuel up the Range Rover. And that's all because at first, even though I was picking and choosing what routes I was taking, well actually at $90 portion, I was aiming to get diamond status with Uber, which I did achieve, and I've taken everything that they gave to me. So they just now locked me off saying that they could find me nothing. And I'm like, okay, I'll leave it alone. That was a complete waste of minutes. But anyways, because I was taking everything Uber was throwing at me in the beginning, this is before my channel. I actually did not even think about starting a channel at that time, but I was just thinking about becoming a diamond status. So I was like taking everything, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's costing me $90. Then I got the Range Rover. I got a Tesla, which was costing me $100. But I justified it because I'm thinking like, well, potato, tomato, you know, $90 here, $100 here. It's about the same thing, except I'm not putting any miles on my car, you know. And that actually worked out. That was a black Tesla. You guys didn't, well, you guys seen some of my earlier videos, because I did actually make some of those videos in a Tesla, because at that point I'm like, okay, let me make some videos, because I wasn't initially making videos in a BMW for the new channel, because for my Sprinter channel I made some in a Nissan Altima, and then I think I took them down. I can't remember, because I'm like, this is automotive content, and here I have rideshare content. Who really wants that, right? So anyways, when I started picking and choosing my rides, I was able to actually decide like what made sense. So the amount then shrank. Then I was paying 60, 65, 55, $50 in fuel driving for Uber. But for Lyft, I don't know if this is an update, because I didn't see this feature 2 years ago, but not only that they have destination mode, which Uber has, and I think Lyft destination mode works much better. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Uber destination mode like never really got me like where I'm trying to go. Like, it was really weird how it worked, like really weird. And you do have to like turn it on actually. So when you just do the destination mode without turning it on, it's not gonna work. So I turned it on. Like there's like an on mode button, which is like completely pointless. If you're doing destination mode, why would you do one without actually trying to get trips in that direction? So you have to like turn it on. But anyways, Lyft destination mode actually works good, and I was pretty happy with it. But the best thing that I like about Lyft is the radius. I get to select my radius, and as a platinum driver I get 6 radiuses per day. So that means right now I will select the destination mode where I'm gonna fuel up again. I'm just gonna top it off, because right now, this distance between home, which also kind of counts, it's probably gonna cost me $10 probably. So I fueled up for 65, so we could tackle on $10 that commuting, unnecessary commuting, because I went home, and then this way probably $10. Hopefully not more than that. It might be 15 even, because this is not fuel efficient. But anyways, there's police in the front pulling somebody over, or they have a breakdown, I don't know. But anyways, when I select the radius, I get to select how far I go from the city, or like, I just selected around like Charlotte. I just put it there, and I could clearly see where the highways are, where the airport is, what areas I want to go technically, and I sort of highlight those areas, and that allows me to stay within that particular area. Because before, Lyft was probably like the worst at this. They would send me, like, as long as I keep accepting every single trip, right? Which Ubers is just as bad, right? I mean, but anyways, I will sometimes end up at the beach or Asheville, North Carolina, or Greensboro, North Carolina, or like whatever, like Columbia, South Carolina, like all over the place, and then I cannot get nothing back. Uber would actually log you out. You cannot even drive back. You could just do food delivery in those areas, but Lyft would allow you to log in, at least, at the very least. If you're in North and South Carolina, you could still log in, which is kind of a perk by actually working for Lyft, because they also allow you to just simply have a black SUV, black type of car, and allow you to work, which I do want to talk about. This is something I'm very, very, considering. But in either case, guys, when I select the radius, I stay within that particular area, and I really shrink the mileage down. Probably still doesn't help the idling portion of it, or the fact that I'm just driving city. But what does help is that I stay within the area that I want, and I eliminate unnecessary driving, because I already have commuting to do from 1 hour each way, right? That's already kind of bad enough. And it would be nice if I could just have a trip from my place to where I'm going, but that just doesn't work that way for me. Now, if I was in Charlotte and I was like, I don't know, like 20 minutes across town, I would like not even worry about it, but there's a very good chance you could get something headed in your direction where you're living. But the bad thing about living in Charlotte is very high taxes, very expensive real estate. Technically, if you're a full-time Uber driver, you could probably afford it, like, or a Lyft driver or whatever. But I don't want to think about affordability. I like to think about freedom. Freedom is something I often think about when doing any kind of business, including this one. Do I have freedom? And that's what's important. If I just got into major debt, which I was planning to with a Tesla, and in some other cases I was planning to buy a Suburban because I was trying to justify how much money I was going to make, which is technically not guaranteed. With that being said, the best way to go about it is to have the least amount of obligations as possible, especially in this uncertain economy, because we just don't know what this economy is all about. We just don't know. So, with that being said, I choose to live in South Carolina, which causes me to be debt free because I own, not rent, and I do not have a mortgage. My taxes are cheap. My taxes are like $550 a year, which is incredible. I pay cash for my cars. I try to, anyways. I try not to, like, because sometimes we're like emotional. We just want to buy something because we love it, and I really love the Tesla Model 3 performance. Like, I really wanted it because, I mean, acceleration 0 to 63.1. That's just like bragging rights out the yin yang. You don't have to even like drive fast to prove anything. Like, you already know that car's fast. Much faster than the BMW, which is total, yeah, most likely. But anyways, guys, once this BMW money comes through, I don't know how much is gonna come through. I am considering, I'm not saying this for a fact, but I'm considering in selling some cars that I own, putting some of that money together, and buying me something newer, 2015, 16, 17, something that would qualify to do Uber Black and Uber Black SUV. So at the very least, I want to get into being able to do just any kind of, wait a minute, did I say Uber Black? I meant to say Lyft Black. I want to be able to do Lux Black at the very, very least, okay? This is going to be my aim goal. And I'm still going to do the weekend. So I plan to work less, make more. Also, when it comes to writing off a vehicle like a Range Rover, it really made me think. If I end up using this vehicle this year, I don't know for how long, I might end up writing it off. Even though it's completely unnecessary, kind of. It's not that expensive, but why not? Like, it allows me to write it off, the whole thing. But then again, I don't know how that works out with the mileage situation. But if you use it for business, you could write off the whole cost of the car. So anyways, if I pick up something more expensive like an SUV, oh yeah, there's a very good chance of buying it at the auction, guys. I'm not buying it from regular type of people like or dealerships because it's gonna be way too expensive. I'm gonna buy it at the auction. It's probably gonna be smashed. Probably have to fix it. But I'll end up saving a ton of money and then make a lot of money in the process. But anyways, I'm at the gas station and I'm about to fuel up. I'll take a picture how much it's gonna cost me. And that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, guys. God bless you. Stay safe out there. If you don't have a dash cam, install one. If you want to find one, I'm going to try to provide a link in the description below. No promises, but if you want to see what I would recommend, check it out. But I have several different choices. I think just about any of them will do the trick. But anyways, stay safe, my friends. Bye-bye.